I want to talk today about something Jesus said that is both simple and profound. So in Matthew 7:13 through 14, Jesus tells us, "Enter by the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is easy that leads to destruction, and those who enter by it are many. But the gate is narrow and the way is hard that leads to life, and those who find it are few." So at first glance, this might seem a little discouraging, right? I mean, who doesn't want the easy road? Come on. But Jesus is giving us an important truth here. The path to true life, to fulfillment, and ultimately to God isn't always the one that seems the most attractive or popular. So think about it this way. The wide gate represents a life where we follow the crowd, doing what everybody else does, and chasing after the things that are easy to get, or relatively easy to get. Money, power, pleasure. It's the path of least resistance. But Jesus warns us that this path, though it's easy and popular, leads to destruction. It's like eating junk food every day. It might be satisfying in the moment, it tastes great, you're enjoying it, but in the long run, it's harmful. So now, on the other hand, the narrow gate is like a disciplined, healthy lifestyle. It's a path that requires commitment and effort and sometimes going against the grain of what society tells us. And in fact, it's definitely going against the grain of what society tells us right now, right? The gate is narrow because it calls us to live differently, to love when it's hard, to forgive when we'd rather hold a grudge, and to be honest when lying would be easier. But here's the beautiful part. Jesus says that this narrow way leads to life. Not just life in heaven someday, but life right now, right here. Real, abundant, meaningful life. It's the life that comes from knowing we're living in harmony with God's will, and it's filled with peace, joy, and purpose, even when it's challenging. So when you're faced with really hard choices in life, remember this parable and ask yourself, which gate am I choosing? Am I just going with the flow, or am I willing to take the road less traveled and the one that leads to true life? Choosing the narrow gate may not always be easy, but it is always worth it. We don't walk this path alone. Jesus is with us every step of the way, guiding us, strengthening us, and leading us to life. My prayer for you today is that you choose the narrow way. It's so worth it. It's not easy, but it's worth it. See you next time.